Have you ever wondered why so many people spend their lives trying to impress others, only to end up feeling disappointed? The truth is simple but difficult to accept. Most people are too busy thinking about their own lives to think about yours. They are worrying about their own problems, chasing their own goals, paying their own bills, and fighting their own battles. Once you understand this reality, you stop living for applause and start living with purpose. As children, we naturally seek approval. We want our parents to praise us, our teachers to recognize us, and our friends to accept us. There is nothing wrong with that. But as adults, many people never outgrow this need. They continue making decisions based on what others might think. They avoid taking risks because they fear criticism. They stay in jobs they hate because they worry about society's expectations. They hide their dreams because they fear being judged. One of the greatest obstacles to personal growth is the constant need for validation from other people. Many individuals spend years making decisions based on what others might think instead of asking themselves what truly aligns with their values and goals. They choose careers to impress family members, buy expensive possessions to gain admiration, and hide their true opinions to avoid criticism. While approval from others may feel rewarding for a moment, it is never a stable foundation for confidence. The opinions of people change constantly, and if your happiness depends on those opinions, your peace of mind will always be uncertain. Real confidence begins the moment you realize that your worth is not determined by applause, compliments, or the number of people who agree with your choices. It is built by knowing who you are and remaining committed to your purpose, even when nobody is watching. Every successful person eventually reaches a point where they must choose between pleasing the crowd and following their own path. Those who achieve meaningful success almost always choose the second option because they understand that greatness requires independent thinking. If you spend your entire life trying to satisfy everyone around you, you will slowly lose sight of what truly matters. Your dreams become smaller, your ambitions become quieter, and your potential remains hidden beneath the weight of other people's expectations. This is why seeking constant validation is more than just an unhealthy habit. It becomes a barrier that prevents you from becoming the person you are capable of being. Think about how often people hesitate before taking action because they fear being judged. They delay starting a business because friends might laugh if it fails. They avoid learning a new skill because they worry about looking inexperienced. They remain silent during important conversations because they fear saying the wrong thing. These fears are rarely based on reality. Most people are too occupied with their own challenges, responsibilities, and ambitions to spend much time analyzing someone else's decisions. Yet the human mind often exaggerates the importance of outside opinions, creating imaginary obstacles that never truly existed. Once you understand this, an incredible sense of freedom begins to emerge. You stop living like a performer waiting for applause and start living like a builder focused on creating something meaningful. Validation is temporary, but personal growth lasts. A compliment may brighten your day, but discipline can transform your future. Praise may increase your confidence for a few hours, but mastering a valuable skill creates confidence that stays with you for years. Every hour invested in learning, improving, practicing, and developing yourself builds an inner belief that cannot be taken away by criticism. That is why successful people place greater value on progress than popularity. They understand that respect earned through consistent effort is far more valuable than attention gained through trying to impress others. Social media has made the search for validation even more challenging. Many people measure their value by likes, comments, followers, and shares. They begin comparing their everyday lives to carefully edited moments posted by strangers. This creates the illusion that everyone else is happier, wealthier, and more successful. In reality, every person experiences struggles that remain hidden behind the screen. Comparing yourself to these polished images only creates unnecessary pressure and dissatisfaction. Instead of chasing digital approval, invest your energy in becoming someone you genuinely admire. Read books that expand your thinking. Exercise to strengthen your body. Learn skills that increase your opportunities. Build habits that improve your character. Every small improvement adds another layer to your confidence because it is based on real achievement rather than temporary recognition. Another important lesson is learning to accept criticism without allowing it to define your identity. Some people will misunderstand your intentions no matter how clearly you explain yourself. Others may judge your choices simply because they would not make the same decisions. Their opinions reflect their experiences, beliefs, and limitations, not your potential. You cannot control what others think, but you can control how you respond. Every time you remain focused despite criticism, you strengthen your resilience. Every time you continue working toward your goals without seeking approval, you reinforce your independence. This mindset allows you to make decisions based on wisdom rather than fear. It encourages you to pursue opportunities because they align with your purpose instead of because they earn admiration. Life becomes much simpler when your actions are guided by principles rather than popularity. You stop asking whether everyone will approve and begin asking whether your choices bring you closer to the future you want to create. There will always be people who support you and others who doubt you. Neither group should determine your direction. Your responsibility is not to impress everyone you meet, but to become the strongest, wisest, and most authentic version of yourself. The moment you release the endless desire for validation, you reclaim your energy, your confidence, and your freedom. You begin living according to your own standards instead of chasing approval that can disappear as quickly as it arrives. That is when real transformation begins because your motivation comes from within, your confidence grows through consistent action, and your self-worth is built on the unshakable foundation of personal integrity, discipline, and continuous improvement. There is a unique kind of power that comes from building your life quietly. In a world where people feel pressured to announce every goal, every achievement, and every step of their journey, choosing silence has become a rare strength. Many people believe that talking about their dreams makes them more likely to succeed. But in reality, constant discussion often replaces meaningful action. Words can create the temporary feeling of accomplishment, while real progress only comes through consistent effort. The strongest foundations are usually built away from the spotlight, where there is no applause, no audience, and no need to impress anyone. Silent growth allows you to focus entirely on becoming better instead of appearing successful. It shifts your attention from gaining recognition to creating genuine results that cannot be ignored. Every hour spent improving yourself in private becomes an investment that will eventually speak louder than any announcement ever could. Think about the greatest achievements in any field. Behind every successful entrepreneur, athlete, artist, scientist, or leader are countless hours of unseen work. The world notices the championship trophy, but not the thousands of early mornings spent training. It celebrates the successful business, but rarely sees the years of failure, learning, and persistence that came before it. It admires the published book without witnessing the lonely nights of writing, editing, and rewriting. Success always has a hidden chapter that very few people ever see. That hidden chapter is where true character is formed. It is where discipline replaces excuses, where consistency overcomes motivation, and where quiet determination creates extraordinary outcomes. One of the greatest advantages of working in silence is that it protects your focus. Every time you announce your plans to the world, you invite opinions that may not help your journey. Some people will encourage you, but many will project their own fears, doubts, and limitations onto your dreams. They may tell you that your goals are unrealistic, that someone else has already done it better, or that you should lower your expectations. Even well-meaning advice can become a distraction if it causes you to question your vision before you have given yourself the chance to prove what is possible. Silence acts like a shield, allowing your ideas to grow without unnecessary interference. It gives you the freedom to experiment, make mistakes, learn, and improve without feeling pressured to meet anyone else's expectations. Building yourself in silence also teaches humility. When you stop seeking attention, you begin valuing progress more than praise. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth through words, because your daily actions become enough. Every workout completed without posting about it, every book finished without announcing it, every skill mastered without seeking compliments strengthens your character. These quiet victories create confidence that does not depend on recognition. They remind you that your greatest competition is not the people around you, but the person you were yesterday. This mindset encourages steady improvement instead of constant comparison. Silence also develops patience, a quality that has become increasingly rare in a fast-paced world. Many people expect immediate success and instant recognition. When results do not appear quickly, they become discouraged and give up. Those who build themselves quietly understand that meaningful growth takes time. They know that strong habits are formed through repetition, not excitement. They accept that mastery cannot be rushed, and that every small improvement contributes to a much larger transformation. This patience allows them to remain committed even when nobody notices their efforts. They understand that today's invisible work becomes tomorrow's visible success. Another benefit of silent growth is emotional resilience. When your motivation comes from within rather than from the approval of others, setbacks lose much of their power. You are no longer dependent on compliments to stay motivated or discouraged by criticism. Your focus remains on the process instead of public opinion. This inner stability helps you continue moving forward during difficult seasons. Challenges become opportunities to learn instead of reasons to quit. Failures become valuable lessons rather than public embarrassments. Every obstacle strengthens your ability to adapt and continue pursuing your goals with greater wisdom and determination. Building yourself in silence also improves the quality of your relationships. Instead of trying to impress people with promises, you earn their respect through consistent behavior. Trust grows when your actions repeatedly match your values. Family, friends, and colleagues begin to notice your discipline, reliability, and integrity without you having to explain them. Authentic influence is created through example, not self-promotion. People naturally respect individuals who allow their work to speak for itself because genuine achievement is difficult to imitate. One of the most powerful aspects of silent growth is that it removes unnecessary pressure. When nobody is waiting for updates or expecting immediate results, you are free to develop at your own pace. You can refine your skills without feeling embarrassed by beginner mistakes. You can change direction when necessary without worrying about disappointing an audience. This freedom encourages creativity, experimentation, and continuous learning. It reminds you that growth is not about looking perfect, but about becoming better every single day. There will always be people who seek attention before they achieve anything meaningful. They spend more time talking about success than working toward it. In contrast, those who commit themselves to quiet improvement often surprise the world because their results seem to appear overnight. In reality, those results are simply the visible outcome of years of disciplined effort that happened behind closed doors. Every unnoticed sacrifice, every extra hour of practice, every difficult decision, and every moment of perseverance contributes to achievements that eventually become impossible to ignore. Your future is shaped far more by your private habits than by your public image. The conversations you have with yourself, the discipline you maintain when nobody is watching, the choices you make when recognition is absent, and the consistency you demonstrate every day determine the person you become. Build your mind through learning, strengthen your body through healthy habits, develop your character through honesty and discipline, and pursue your goals with quiet determination. Let your achievements introduce you instead of your words. Let your progress become your reputation. When you dedicate yourself to silent growth, you create a life built on substance rather than appearance, and that foundation remains strong regardless of changing opinions, temporary trends, or constant noise of the outside world. So stop waiting for permission, stop chasing approval, stop explaining yourself to people who are not building your future. Accept the liberating truth that most people are focused on their own lives. That realization is not depressing, it is empowering. Because if nobody is thinking about you as much as you imagined, then you are free to become whoever you choose to be. Focus on your growth, focus on your discipline, focus on your purpose. Focus on becoming someone your future self will thank you for becoming. The world may or may not notice your efforts today, but if you remain consistent, patient, and committed, one day your results will speak with a voice louder than any opinion ever could.